I'm Zach.
I'm Landis. And I'm Maria. And we're here to welcome you to this year's Shakespeare Bollywood performance of The Taming of the Shrew. It's been an incredible experience directing this show. We'd like to thank all actors, crew, advisors, and everyone that's helped make what you're about to see possible.
There will be a brief 14.5-minute intermission after Act 3. We would like to ask that you please do not bring food into the auditorium. This is a final reminder to turn off cell phones, pagers, flash photography, and crying babies. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
I'll be you in favor.
A pair of stocks, you rogue!
You're a baggage. We slay no rogues. Look in the chronicles. We came in with the Richard the Conqueror. Therefore, I'll cuss, I'll breeze. Let the world slide. Sissa.
Oh, you'll not pay for the glass your purse!
No, not a denier. Go by St. Jeronymus. Go to that gold-bedded wormdy.
Oh, I know my remedy! I must go fetch the third pearl!
Their partner fit for I'll answer him by Allah. Allah, Lubitch, boy, let him come. And kindly.
Huntsman, I charge thee, tend to well my hounds. Breathe merriment, the poor curs and lost. We come a cloud with the deep mouth rock. Sawest thou now, boy, how silver made it through the hedge corner on the coldest spot? I would not lose the dog for 20 pound.
Why, Bellman is as good as he, my lord. He cried upon it at the merest loss, and twice today picked out the dullest scent. Trust me, I take him for the better dog.
Thou art a fool. If echoers fleet, I would esteem him worth a dozen such. But sup them well and look on to them all. Tomorrow, I intend on to get.
I will, my lord.
What's here? One dead or drunk? See, doth he breathe?
He breathes, my lord. We're not too warm with ale. This were a bed but cold to sleep so soundly.
Oh, monstrous beast, how like a swine he lies. Oh, grim death, thou foul and loathsome is thy image. Sirs, I will practice on this drunken man. What think you, if you were conveyed to bed, wrapped in sweet clothes, rings put upon his fingers, a delicious banquet by his bed, and brave attendants near him when he wakes? Would not the beggar then forget himself?
Believe me, lord, I think he cannot choose. It would seem strange unto him when he waked.
Even as a flattering dream or worthless fancy. Then, take him up and manage well the jest. Carry him gently to my fairest chamber, and hang it round with all my wanton pictures. Balm his foul head with warm distilled waters, and burn sweet wood to make lodging sweet. Procure me music ready when he wakes, to make a dulcet and a heavenly sound. And if he chance to speak, be ready straight, with a low, submissive breath, and say, what is it you're on to command? Let one attend him with a silver basin full of rose water bestrewed with flowers. Another bear the ewer, the third a diaper, and say, will it please your lordship cool your hands? Someone be ready with a costly suit, and ask him what apparel he will wear. Another tell him of his hounds and horse, and that his lady mourns at his disease. Persuade him that he hath been lunatic, and when he says he is, say that he dreams, for he is nothing but a mighty lord. This do, and do it kindly, gentle sirs. It will be pastime, passing excellent, if it be husbanded with modesty.
My lord, I warrant you we will play our part, as he shall think by our true diligence he is no less than what you say he is.
Then, take him up into bed with him, and each to his office when he wakes. No, sir, I'll take him to the buttery and give him a look. Goodness gracious. Now, who is it?
and to please your honor players that offer service to your lordship.
Oh, bid them come near. Oh. Now, ladies, you are welcome.
We thank thy lord.
Do you intend to stay with me tonight?
So please your lordship to accept our duty.
Oh, with all my heart. This lady I remember since once she played the farmer Selva's daughter. 'Twas where you wooed the gentleman so well. I have forgot your name, but sure that part was aptly fitted and naturally performed.
I think 'twas Soto that your honor means.
Ah, 'tis very true. Thou didst it excellent. Well, you are come to me in happy time to rather deprive some sportive hand when your cunning assist me much. There is a lord will hear you play tonight, but I am doubtful of your modesties, lest override his odd behavior. For his honor never heard of play. You break into some merry passion, and so offended. For I tell you, ladies, if you should smile, you grow impatient.
Fear not, my lord. We can contain ourselves. We're the veriest antic in the world.
Go, Sir Rob. Take them to the butter and give them friendly welcome everyone. Let them want nothing that my house affords. Whoa! Go, Sir Rob. Go you to Bartholomew my page and see him dressed in all suits like a lady. That done, conduct him to the drunkard's chamber and call him mad. Do him obeisance. Tell him from me, as he will win my love, he bear himself with honorable action, such as he hath observed in noble ladies unto their noble lords by them accomplished. Such duty to the drunkard let him do, with soft low tongue and lowly courtesy, and say, what is it your honor will command, wherein your lady and humble wife may show us you love? And then, with kind embraces, tempting kisses, and with declining head into his bosom, bid him shed tears, being overjoyed to see the noble lord restored to hope, who for the 7 years hath esteemed him no better than a poor and loathsome beggar. If the boy hath not a woman's gift to rain a shower of command and tears, an onion will do well for such a shift, which, in that kin being close conveyed, shall in despite enforce a watery eye. See his dispatch with all the haste thou canst. Anon, I'll give thee more instructions. I know the boy will well usurp the grace, voice, gait, and action of a gentleman. Gentlewoman. I long to hear him call the drunkard husband. How my men will stay themselves from laughter when they do homage to this simple peasant. I'll enter counsel now. Happily my presence may well abate the overbearing scheme which otherwise would grow to extremes.
My God. A pot of small ale.
Will it please your lordship drink a cup of sack? Will it please your honor taste of these conserves? What raiment shall our honor wear today?
I am Christopher O'Sly. Call me not your honor, nor your lordship. I ne'er drank sack in my life. If you give me any conserves, give me conserves of beef. That's not what raiment I should wear, for I have no more doublets than backs, no more stockings than legs, no more feet than shoes. Aye, sometimes more feet than shoes, or such shoes as my toes look through the overleather.
Heaven cease this out of humor in your honor. Oh, that a man of such descent, of such possession, and so high esteem should be infused with so foul a spirit.
What, would you make me mad? Am not I, Christopher Sly, old Sly son of Burton Heath, by birth a peddler, by education a card maker, by transmutation a bearer, and now, by present profession, a tinker. Why? Ask Marianne Haggett, the fat alewife at Wincott, if she know me not. If she say I'm not 14 pence on the score for sheer ale, Score me up for the longest name in all the Christendom. What? I am not distracted. Here's the...
Oh, this it is that makes your lady more. Oh, this it is that makes her a servant.
Hence comes it that your kindred shuns your houses, being hence by your strange lunacy. O noble lord, bethink thee of thy birth. Call home thy ancient thoughts from banishment, and banish hence these abject million dreams. Look how thy servants do attend on thee, each at their office ready at thy beck. Wilt thou have music? Hark! A ball of blade! That's what you gauge nightingales to sing. Or wilt thou sleep? We'll add thee to a couch softer and sweeter than our purpose turned up for Semiramis. Say thou wilt walk, we will bestrew the ground. Or wilt thou ride? Thy horses shall be trapped, their harness studded all with gold and pearl. Dost thou love hawking? Thou hast hawks will soar above the morning lark. Or wilt thou hunt? Thy hound shall make the welkin answer them and fetch shrill echoes from the hollow earth.
Say thou wilt course. Thy greyhounds are as swift as breathed stags. I, fleeter than the roe.
Dost thou love pictures? We will fetch thee straight. Adonis painted by a running brook, with Cytherea and all sedges hid, which seem to move as it floats on with her brook, even as the waving sedges play with the wind.
We'll show thee Iowa she was a maid, and how she was beguiled and surprised. As glad to make as the deed was done.
Or Daphne, roaming through a thorny wood, scratching her legs, and one shall swear she bleeds. And at that sight, she'll sad Apollo weep, so workingly the blood and tears are drawn.
Thou art a lord, and nothing but a lord. Thou hast a lady far more beautiful than any woman in this waning age.
Until the tears that she has shed for thee like envious floods o'errun her lovely face, she was the fairest creature in the world, and yet she's inferior to none.
Am I a lord, and have I such a lady? Or do I dream? Or have I dreamed till now? I do not dream, I see, I hear, I speak, I smell sweet savors, and I feel soft things. Upon my life, I am a lord indeed! And not a tinker, nor Christopher Sly. Well, bring our lady hither, and once again, a pot of the smallest ale.
Wilt please your mightiness to wash your hands? Oh, how we joy to see you whip the sword. Oh, that one's more than you, but what you are. These 15 years you have been in a dream. Or when you waked, so waked as if you slept.
These 15 years, by my fay, a goodly nap. But did I never speak of all that time?
Why, yes, my lord, but very idle words. For though you lay here in this goodly chamber, yet you would say you were beaten out of door, and rail upon the hostess of the house, and say that you would present her at the leap, because she brought you stone jugs and no sealed courts. Sometimes you would call it for Cicely Hackett.
I, the woman's maid of the house.
Why, sir, you know no house, nor no such maid, nor no such men as these you reckon up, as Stephen Sly and old John Axel-Crease, as Peter Turp and Henry Pimpernel, and 20 more such men and names of these, which never were, nor no man ever did see.
Now, Lord be thanked for my good amends.
Amen.
Amen.
I thank thee, thou shalt not lose by it.
How fares my noble lord?
Mary, I fare well, for here's cheer enough. Where's my wife?
Here, my lord. What is thy will with her?
My wife, and will not call me husband? My men should call me lord. I am your good man.
My lord and my husband and my lord, I am your wife in all obedience.
I know it well. What must I call her?
Madame.
Alice, madam, or Joan, madame?
Madame and nothing else. So lords call ladies.
Madame wife. They say I'm 15 year mark.
Aye, the time seems certain when you being all this time on Fanny here bed.
'Tis much! Servants, leave her and I alone. Madam, undress you and come to bed.
Thrice, my lord, let me entreat of you to pardon me yet for a night or two. Or if not so, for the sun to set, your physicians have expressly charged, in peril to increase criminality, that I should get absently from your bed. I hope this reason to stand for my excuse.
Well, it stands so that I may hardly tarry so long. But I would be loath to fall into my dreams again. Therefore, I will tarry in the spite of the flesh and the blood.
Your honors players, hearing your amendment, are come to play a pleasant comedy. For so your doctors hold it very meet, seeing too much sadness hath congealed your blood, and melancholy is the nurse of frenzy. Therefore they thought it good to hear a play, and frame your mind to mirth and merriment, which buys 1,000 harms and lengthens life.
Marry, I will. Let them play it. Is not a camanti, a Christmas gamble, or a tumbling trick?
No, my lord, more pleasing stuff.
What? The household stuff?
It's sort of history.
Well, we'll see it. Come, madame wife, sit by my side and let the world slip. We shall never be younger.
for I have done left him to whom I come, and see that we just have a passion to put him in the deep, and the satiety seeks to quench his thirst.
Me perdonado, gentle master mine. I am in all affected as yourself, glad that you thus continue your resolve to suck the sweets of sweet philosophy. Only, good master, while we do admire this virtue and this moral discipline, let us be no stoics or no stocks, I pray. As so devote to Aristotle's chiefs, as only be an outcast quite absurd. Spoke logic with acquaintance that you have. Practice rhetoric and common talk. Music and poesy, used to quicken you. The mathematics and metaphysics, fall to them as you find your stomach serves you. No profit grows renowned. Pleasure is taken. In brief, sir, study what you most affect.
Gramercy's trying, will dust and box. If be Indella thou wilt from ashore, get once prison readiness, and take a lodging fit to entertain such friends as Taming Mumbai shall beget. But stay a while, what company is this?
Master, some show to welcome us to town.
Gentlemen, importune me no farther, for how I firmly am resolved, you know, that is, not to bestow my younger daughter before I have a husband for the elder. Now, if either of you both love Katharina, because I know you well and love you well, leave shall you have to court her at your pleasure.
To court her, rather. She's too rough for me. There, Hortensio, will you any wife?
I pray you, madam, is it your will to make a stale of me amongst these mates?
Mates made? How mean you that? No mates for you unless you be of a kinder, gentler mold.
In faith, sir, you shall never need fear. I wish it not halfway to her heart. But if it were, does not her care she be, to comb your noddle at three-legged stool, and paint your face and use you like a fool.
From all such devils! Good Lord, deliver us!
And me too, good Lord.
Hush, master, here's some good pastime toward. The wench is stark-mannered, wonderful flower.
But in the other silence do I see maid's mild behavior and sobriety. Be striking.
Well said, master. Mum gazer fill.
A gentleman that I may soon make good what I have said. Bianca, get you in, and let it not displease thee, good Bianca, for I will love thee nevertheless, my girl. Pretty Pete, it is best to finger in the eye, and she knew why.
Sister, content you in my discontent? Madam, to your pleasure, humbly I subscribe. My books and instruments shall be my company. On them to read and practice by myself.
Hark, Tranio, thou mayest hear Minerva speak.
Lady Baptista, will you be so strange? Am I that our goodwill affects Bianca's grief?
Why will you hew her up, Lady Baptista, for this fiend of hell? Make her bear the penance for her talk.
Gentlemen, content ye. I am resolved. Go in, Bianca. And for I know she taketh most delight in music, instruments, and poetry, schoolmasters will I keep within my house fit to instruct her youth. If you, Hortensio, or Senor Gremio, you know any such, prefer them hither, for to cunning men will I be very kind and liberal in mine own children in good bringing up. And so farewell. Oh, Katharina, you may stay, for I have more to commune with Bianca.
Why, and I trust I may go too, may I not? What, shall I be appointed hours? As though be like I knew not what to take or what to leave? Ha!
And you may go to the devil's den, your gifts are so good. Fears none will hold you.
No!
Their love is not so great, Hortensio. When we may blow our nails together and cast it fairly out, our cake is dough on both sides. And so farewell. Yet, if I can by any chance light upon a fit man to teach Bianca that wherein she delights, I will wish him to her mother.
So will I, Signor Gremio. But a word, I pray. Though the nature of our quarrel has yet never brooked parley. Now, upon advice, it toucheth us both, that we may yet again have access to our fair mistress, and be happy rivals in Bianca's love. To labor and effect one thing specially.
What's that, I pray?
Marry, sir, to find a husband for her sister.
A husband? A devil.
I say a husband.
I say a devil. Thinkest thou, Hortensio, though her mother be very rich, any man is so a fool as to be married to hell?
Such, Gremio, though it's past your patience and mine to endure her loud alarms, there be good fellows in this world, and a man could fight on them, to take her with all faults, and money enough.
I cannot tell. I just like to take her dowry with this condition. To be whipped at the high cross every morning.
Faith as you say, for there's small choice in rotten apples, but come, since this bar-in-law makes us friends, it shall be so far forth friendly, maintained till, by helping Baptista's eldest daughter to a husband, we set her youngest free for a husband, that to it fresh. Oh, sweet Bianca, happy man be his dome, for he that runs fastest gets the ring. What say you, Signor Gremier?
I'm agreed. And would I have given him the best horse in Mumbai to speed his wound that he may thoroughly woo her, wed her, and bend her, and rid the house of her. Come on!
I pray, sir, tell me, is it possible love should have a son and be such old?
Oh, Tranio, till I found it to be true, I never thought it possible or likely. But see, while idly I stood looking on, I found the effect of love and idleness. And now in plainness to confess to thee, thou art to me as secret and as dear as Anna, the queen of Carthage was. Tranio, I burn, I pine, I perish, Tranio, if I achieve not this young man's love. Counsel me, Tranio, for I know thou canst. Assist me, Tranio, for I know thou wilt.
Master, 'tis no time to chide you. Affection is not rated from the heart. If love have touched you, not remains but so. Bid me take haptum quam quas minimo.
Gramercy's lad, go forward. This contents. The rest will comfort for thy counsel's sound.
Master, you look so longingly on the maid. Perhaps you marked what's not to fall.
Oh, yes. I saw sweet beauty in her face, such as the daughter of Egino had, that made great Jove humble him to her hand, to with his knees kissed her green strand.
Saw you no more? Marked you not how her sister began to scold and raise up such a storm that mortal ears might hardly endure the din?
Oh, Tranio, I saw her coral lips to move, and with her breath she did perfume the air. Sacred and sweet was all I saw in her.
Nay, then, 'tis time to stir him from his trance. I pray, away, sir. If you love the maid, bend thoughts and wits to achieve her. Thus it stands. Her elder sister is so cursed and shrewd that, till her mother made her hands of her master, beloved must live a maid at home, and therefore has her mother so closely mewed her up, because she will not be annoyed with any suitors.
Ah, Tranio, what a cruel mother she! But art thou not advised? She did take some care to get her cunning schoolmasters to instruct her.
I marry, I am, sir.
I have it, Tranio!
From my hand, both our inventions shall meet and jump in one.
Tell me thine purpose.
You will be schoolmaster. You will undertake the teaching of the maid. This is your device.
It is. May it be done.
Not possible. For who shall be required to hear Mumbai and be Vincentio's son? Keep his house, ply his book, welcome his friends, visit his countrymen, and banquet them.
Basta, content me, for I have it both. We have not yet been seen in any house, nor can we be distinguished by our faces for man or master. Then it follows thus. Thou shalt be master Tranio in my stead, keep house and portly servants as I should. I saw some other beats, some Florentine, Neapolitan, or Miramanic deli. 'Tis hatched and shall be so. Tranio at once in pacing. Take my colored hat and cloak. When Biondella comes, she'll wait on me. But I will charm her first to keep her tongue.
So as you need, so that your pleasure is, and I am tied to be obedient to. For so your father charged me at our parting. Be serviceable to my son, quoted he, though I think 'twas in another sense. I am content to be Lucentio, because so well I love Lucentio.
Tranio, be so, because Lucentio loves. And let me be a slave to teach that maid whose sudden sight hath riled my wounded eye. Here comes the robe. Sirrah, where have you been?
Where have I been? Oh, nay, how now? Where are you? Master, has my fellow Tranio stolen your clothes? Have you stolen his? Both. Pray, what's the news?
Sirrah, come hither. 'Tis no time to jest, and therefore bring your manners to the time. Your fellow Tranio here to save my life puts my apparel and my contents on, and I for my escape put on his. For in a quarrel since I came ashore, I killed a man, here I was described. But wait you on him, I charge you as becomes, while I make way from hence to save my life. You understand me?
Aye, sir.
And not a jolting Tranio in your mouth. Tranio is changed to Lucentio.
The better for him. Will I worst of two?
So could I. Faith, girls have the next wish after. Then Lucentio indeed had Baptista's youngest daughter. But sure, not for my sake, but your master's. I advise you, Use manners discreetly in all kinds of companies. When I'm alone, why, I am Tranio, but in all places else, your master, Lucetio.
Tranio, let's go. One more thing arrested that I shall execute to make one among these fools. If thou ask me why, suffice it my reasons are both good and weighty.
My lord, you nod. You do not want to play.
Yes, I say Dandelion, good matter surely. Comes there any more of it?
My lord, 'tis but begun.
It is a very excellent piece of work, Madame Wife. Would for none.
Now comes up for a while I take my leave, to see my friends in Mumbai. But of all my best beloved and approved friend Hortensia. And I tell you he's here. Here, Sir Romeo, knock, I said.
Not, sir? Whom should I knock? Is there any man has refused your worship?
Billy, I say, knock me here soundly.
Not you here, sir. Why, sir? What am I, sir? That should not you here, sir.
Billy, I say, knock me at this gate and wrap me well, or I'll knock your age hate.
My master's grown quarrelsome. I should knock you first, and then I know after who comes by the words.
Will it not be? Faith, sir, I will not knock, I'll ring it. I'll try how you can so far and sing it.
Help, mistress, help, my master's mad!
Now knock when I bid you, sirrah villain.
How now? What's the matter? My good friend Grumio, my old friend Petruchio. How do you all at Calcutta?
Hortensio, come you to part this fray? Come tuto il cuore ben trovato, may I say.
Alla casa nostro benvenuto. Molto buonato mio, signor Petruchio. Rise, Grumio, rise. We will compound this quarrel.
Nay, 'tis no matter, sir, what he alleges in Latin. If this be not a lawful cause for me to leave his service. Look you, sir, he bid me knock him and wrap him soundly, sir. Well was it fit for a servant to use the master so? Being craft, front I see, 2 and 30, a pimp out. Whom would to God I had well knocked it first, then had not Grumio come by the worst.
A senseless villain! Good Hortensio, I bade the rascal knock upon your gate and could not get her for my heart to do it.
Knock at the gate? Oh, heavens, speak you not these words of flame. Sir, knock me here, wrap me here, knock me well, and knock me soundly. And come you now with knocking at the gate.
Sir, I'll be dumb, or talk not, I advise you.
Patience, Petruchio. I am Grumio's pledge. Why, this is a heavy chance twixt you and her. Your ancient, trusty, pleasant servant Grumio. Now tell me, sweet friend, what happy gale blows you to Mumbai from Calcutta?
Well, such wind as scatters young men through the world, to seek their fortunes farther than at home, where small experience grows. But in a few thus it stands with me. Antonio, my father, is deceased, and I have thrust myself into this world, happily to wide and thrive as best I may. Crowns in my purse I have, and goods at home, and so am come abroad to see the world.
Petruchio, shall I then come roundly to thee and wish thee to a shrewd, ill-favored wife? Thou think me but a little for my counsel, yet I'll promise thee she shall be rich, and very rich. But thou art too much my friend, and I would not wish thee to her.
Signor Hortensio, betwixt such friends as we, few words suffice, and therefore if thou know one rich enough to be Petruchio's wife, be she as foul as was Floriantus' love, as old as Sibyl and as cursed and shrewd as Socrates' Xantippe, or worse. Well, she moves me not, or not removes at least affection's edge in me, for she is rough as the swelling Adriatic Sea. I come to wide wealthily in Mumbai, and if wealthily, well then happily in Mumbai.
Nay, look you, sir, he tells you flatly what his mind is. Why, give him gold enough and marry him to a puppet, or an aglet baby, or an old trot with ne'er a tooth in her head, though she have as many diseases as 52 horses. Why, nothing comes of it, so money comes with all.
Petruchio, since we have stepped thus far in, I will continue that I have broached in jest. I can, Petruchio, help thee to a wife, with wealth enough, young and beauteous, brought up as best becomes a gentlewoman. Her only fault, and that is fault enough, is that she is intolerably cursed, and shrewd, and froward, so far beyond all measure that if my state were far worse than it is, I would not wed her for a mine of gold.
Oh, peace, Hortensio, and no, it's not gold effect. Give me her mother's name, and that shall be enough, for I'll board her though she chides as loud as thunder and autumn crack.
Her mother is Lady Baptista Minola, an affable and courteous gentlewoman. Her name is Katharina Minola, renowned in Mumbai for her scolding tongue.
I know her mother's name, though I know not her. But she knew my deceased father well. I will not sleep, Hortensio, till I see her, and therefore let me be thus bold with you, to give me over at this first encounter, or else I shall accompany thee thither.
I pray you, sir, let him go well to humor lass. On my word, if she knew him as well as I do, she would think scolding would do little good upon him. She may, perhaps, call him half a score names herself. Why, that's nothing. And he begin once, he'll rail in his rope trick. I'll tell you what, sir, and she stand him but a little, he will throw a figure in her face, and so disfigure her with it, she shall have no more eyes to see withal than a cat. You know not, sir.
Tarry, Petruchio, but I must go with thee, for in Baptista's keep my treasure is. She hath the jewel of my heart in her hold, her youngest daughter, beautiful Bianca. For her withholds for me and evermore, suitors to her, rivals in my love. Supposing it a thing impossible, for those defects I have before rehearsed, that ever Katharina will be wooed. Therefore, this order hath Baptista tamed. None shall have access unto Bianca, until Catherine the Cursed hath got a husband.
Catherine the Cursed. A title for a maid of all titles the worst.
Now, my friend Petruchio, do me grace, offer me, disguised in sober robes, to old Baptista, as a school teacher, well seen in music, to instruct Bianca, so that, by this device at least, I may have leave and leisure to make love to her, an unsuspected quarter by herself.
Here's no knavery. See to beguile the old folks, how the young folks lay their heads together. How's your method without you? Who goes there, huh?
Peace, Grumio, it is the rival of my love. Petruchio, stand by a while.
A proper stripling and an amorous.
Oh, very well. I have perused the note. Hark you, sir, I'll have them all very fairly bound. All books of love. See that at any hand, and see that you read no other books to her. You understand me over and beside Lady Baptista's liberality. I'll mend it for the largest. Take your paper too, of them very well perfumed. For she is sweeter than perfume itself. To whom they go to, what will you read to her?
Whene'er I read for her, I'll plead for you. As for my patron, stand you so assured as for only as yourself were so in place. And with more successful words unless you were a scholar, sir.
Oh, this learning, what the thing it is.
Oh, this woodcock, what an ass it is.
Peace, sir.
Hush, Grumio. God save you, Signor Grumio.
You are well met, Signor Hortensio. Show you whither I am going. To Baptista Milona. I promise to inquire carefully about your schoolmaster for the fair Bianca, and by good fortune, I have lighted well on this young man, for learning and behavior fit for her turn, well read in poetry, and other books. Good ones, I warrant ye.
'Tis well, and I have met a gentleman hath promised me to help me to another, a fine musician to instruct our mistress, so that by no whit may I be behind in duty to fair Bianca, so beloved of me.
Beloved of me, and that my deed shall prove.
And that his bag shall prove.
Hush, Grumio, 'tis now no time to vent our love. Listen to me, and if thou speak me fair, I'll give thee news indifferent good for either. For here is a gentleman, whom by chance I met. Upon agreement, from us to his liking, will undertake to woo Crest Catherine, yea, and to marry her, if her dowry please.
So said, so done as well. Hortensio, have you told him all her faults?
Well, I know she's an irksome running scold, but if that be all, masters, I hear no harm.
So sayest me so, friend? What countryman?
Petruchio is my name, old Antonio's son. My father dead, my fortune lives for me, and I do hope good days and long to see.
Oh, sir, such a life with such a life were strange. But if you have a stomach to it, in God's name, we shall not be assisting you at all. But will you woo this wild cat?
Will I live?
Will he woo her? Aye, or I'll hang her.
Well, why came I hither but that to that intent? Have I not in my time heard lions roar? Have I not in the sea puffed up with winds, rage like an angry boar, chafed with sweat? Have I not in a pitch battle heard loud alarums, neighing steeds, and trumpets clang? And do you tell me of a woman's tongue, who gives not so half a great blow to hear, as to chestnuts in a farmer's fight? Oh, tush, tush, dear boys with buds.
For he fears none.
Hortensio Hart, this gentleman is happily arrived. My mind presumes for his own good and ours.
I promised we would be contributors and bear his charge of wooing whatsoever.
And so we will, provided ye win her.
I would I were as sure of a good dinner.
Gentlemen, God save you. If I may be bold to come in, I beseech you. Which is the readiest way to the house of Lady Baptista Manola?
She that has the two fair daughters. Is it she you mean?
Even she, Fiondella.
You mean not her too?
Perhaps her and her, sir. But what have you to do?
Well, not her than chide, sir, at any grand, I pray.
I love no chatter, sir. Fiondella, let's away.
Oh, the gun's running off.
Sir, a word ere you go. Are you a suitor to the man you speak of? Yea or no?
And if I be, sir, is it any offense?
No, if with no more words you will get you hence.
I pray, are not the streets as free for me as for you?
But so is not she.
For what reason? I beseech you.
For this reason, if you'll know, that she is the chosen love of Senor Grulio.
But she's the chosen of Senor Hortensio.
Softly, my masters. If you be gentlemen, do me this right. Hear me with patience. Baptista is a noble gentlewoman, to whom my father is not all known. And were her daughter fairer than she is, more suitors may she have, and me for one. Fair Lita's daughter had 1,000 words. Then, well, one more may fair Bianca have, and so she shall. Lucentio shall make one, though Paris came and hoped to speed alone.
What, this gentleman will outtalk us all?
Sir, give him head, I will go prove a day. Hortensio, what end are all these words?
Sir, may I be so bold as to ask, have you yet ever seen the maid you speak of?
No, but here I do that she hath two. One is famous for a scolding tongue, as the other for beauteous modesty.
Sir, the first for me, let her go by.
Yea, leave that neighbor to great Hercules, and let it be more than Achilles 12.
Good sir, understand me this of sooth. The eldest daughter, who you do not hearken for, her mother will keep to only me. Now, when the younger is then to be wed, the eldest must be wed instead. The younger then is free, but not before.
Sir, if you are the man, must steal us all, and me amongst the rest. And if you do achieve this feat, break the ice, achieve the elder, and set the younger free, for our access, whose hap shall be to hazard, will not so graciously be to being great.
Sir, you say well, and well you do conceive. As you do profess to be a suitor, you must, as we do, gratify this gentleman, to whom we all rest, generally beholding.
Sir, I shall be no slack in sign or up. Please, ye we may contrive this afternoon and quaff carouses to our mistress' health, and do as adversaries do in love. Strive mightily, but eat and drink as friends.
Oh, excellent motion! Fellows, let's be gone!
The motion's good indeed, and be it so. Petruchio, I shall be your beneficio.
Sister, wrong me not, nor wrong yourself. To make a bondmaid and a slave of me, that I disdain. But these other goods unbind my hands. I'll pull them off myself. Yeoman, bring it to my petticoat. What you will command me will I do? So well I know my duty to my elders.
Of all thy suitors here, I charge thee, tell whom thou lovest best. Seest thou dissemble not.
Believe me, sister, of all men alive, I never yet beheld that special face which I could fancy more than any other.
No, minion! Thou liest!
Is it not?
Hortensio!
If you affect him, sister, here, I swear I'll plead for you myself. But you shall have him.
Oh, and be like you fancy riches more. You shall have Gremio to keep you fair.
So for him, you do envy me so? Nay, that you jest, and now I well perceive. You have but jested with me all this while. I for thee, sister, may untie my hair! No!
Oh, Bianca. Stand aside. Poor girl, she weeps. Go by thy needle, metal blocked with pearl. For shame, thou killing of a devilish spirit, why dost thou wrong her that did never wrong thee? When did she cross thee with a bitter word?
Her silence fouts me, and I'll be revenged!
What? In my sight. Bianca, get thee in.
What? Will you not suffer me? Nay, now I see. She is your treasure. She must have a husband. I must stand barefoot on her wedding day. And for your love to her, leave apes in hell. Talk not to me. I will go sit and weep till I find occasion of revenge.
Was ever a woman thus grieved as I? But who comes here?
Good morrow, neighbor Baptista.
Good morrow, neighbor Romeo. God save you, gentlemen.
And you, ma'am, have you not a daughter called Katharina, fair and virtuous?
I have a daughter called Katharina.
Go to it orderly.
You wrong me, Signor Gremio, give me leave. I am a gentleman of Calcutta, ma'am, hearing of her beauty and her wit, her affability and her bashful modesty, her wondrous qualities and mild behaviors, and brought myself a forward guest within your house, to make mine eye the witness of that report, which I so often heard. And for an entrance to my entertainment, I do present to you a man of mine. Coming in the music and the mathematics, to instruct her fully in those sciences, whereof I know she is not ignorant. Accept of him, or else you do me wrong. His name is Lydia, born in Calcutta.
You are welcome, sir, and he for your good sake. But for my daughter Catherine, this I know. She is not for your turn, the more my grief.
Oh, I see you do not mean to part of her, or else you like not of my company.
Oh, mistake me not. I speak but as I find. Whence are you, sir? What may I call your name?
Petruchio is my name, Antonio's son, a man well known throughout all India.
Oh, I know him well. You are welcome, sir.
Saving your tale, Petruchio, I pray, let us that our poor petitioner speak too. Baccara, you are marvelous forward.
Signor Gremio, I would fain be doing.
I doubt it not, but you will curse your ruin. Neighbor, this is a gift very grateful, I am sure of it. To express the like kindness myself, and more kindly beholding unto you than any, do freely give this young scholar, who hath been long studying at Rheims, cunning in Greek, Latin, and other languages, as the other in music and mathematics. His name is Cambio. Pray, accept his service.
Oh, 1,000 thanks, Senor Gremio. Welcome, good Cambio. But, gentle sir, methinks you walk like a stranger. May I be so bold to know the cause of your coming?
The boldness is mine own, that, being a stranger in the city here, do make myself a suitor to your daughter, on to Bianca, fair and virtuous. Yours your firm This liberty is all that I request, that, upon knowledge of my parentage, I may have welcome amongst the breasts that woo, and free access in favor as of the rest. And toward the education of your daughters, I here bestow this simple instrument, and this small packet of Greek and Latin books. If you accept them, then their worth is great.
Vicentio's your name. Of whence, I pray?
Of Delhi, lady, son to Vincentio.
Oh, mighty man of Delhi. By report I know him well. You are very welcome, sir. Take you the lute, and you the set of books. You shall go see your pupils presently. Hallo then! Oh, Sarah, lead this gentleman to my daughters, and tell them both these are their tutors. Bid them use them well. We will go walk a little in the orchard, and then to dinner. You are passing welcome, and so I pray you all to please yourselves.
Lady Baptista, my business escapades, and every day I cannot come to woo. You knew my father well, and in me left solely heir to all his lands and goods, which I have bettered rather than decreased. Then tell me, if I get your daughter's love, what dowry shall I have with her to wife?
After my death, the one half of my lands, and in possession 20,000 crowns.
And for that dowry, I'll assure her of her widowhood, be that she survive me, in all my lands and leases whatsoever. Let specialities be therefore drawn between us in covenants kept on either hand.
Aye, when the special thing is well obtained, that is her love, for that is all in all.
Why, that is nothing, for I tell you, mother, I am as peremptory as she proud-minded. And where two raging fires do meet, they do consume the thing that feeds their fury. Though little fire grows great, little wind, extreme dost blow out fire and all, and so I to her, and she yields to me. For I am rough, and woo not like a bear.
Well mayest thou woo, and happy be thy speed, but be thou armed for some unhappy words.
I to the proof, as mountains are for winds, that shake not, though they blow perpetually.
Oh. Why, how now, good friend? Why dost thou look so pale?
It is for fear if I look pale.
Why? Will my daughter prove a good musician?
I think she'll sooner prove a soldier. I am laid hold of her, but never lutes.
Why then thou canst not break her to the lute?
Why no? For she hath broke the lute to me. I did but tell her she mistook her fright, and bowed her hand to teach her fingering, and then, with a most impatient, devilish spirit, "Prince Coyotes," quoth she, "I'll go with them." And with that word, she broke the lute to me, and through the instrument my page made way. And there I stood a while, as on a pillory, looking through the instrument, while she did call me rascal fiddler, and twangling jab, with 20 such vile terms as though she studied to misuse me so.
Now, by the word, 'tis a lusty wench. I love her 10 times more than I e'er did. Oh, I do long to have some chat with her.
Oh, well, go with me and be not so discomfited. Proceed to practice with my younger daughter. She's apt to learn and thankful for a good turn. Signor Petruchio, will you go with us, or shall I send my daughter Kate to you?
I pray you, I'll attend on her here, and woo her with some spirit when she comes. Say that she read. Why, then I'll tell her plain she sing as sweetly as a nightingale. Say that she frown. Well, then I say, she look as clear as morning roses, duly washed. Say that she be mute and will not speak a word. Why, then I'll commend her volubility, and say she uttereth piercing eloquence. If she do bid me back, I'll thank her though she bid me stay by her a week. And if she deny to wed, why, then I'll crave the day when ask the bands and when we be married. But here she comes, and now, Petruchio. Good morrow, Kate. For that's your name, I hear.
Well, have you heard but something hard of hearing? They call me Catherine, that you talk of me.
Well, you lie, faith, for you are called plain Kate, and Bonnie Kate, and sometimes Kate the Cursed. But Kate, the prettiest Kate in Christendom. Kate of my Kate Hall, my super dainty Kates, for dainties are all Kates. So take this of me, Kate, as my consolation. Hearing thy mildness praised in every town, thy virtue spoke of, and thy beauty sounded, yet not so deeply as to thee belongs, myself am moved to woo thee for my wife.
Moved. In good time. Let him that moved you hither re-move you pace. I knew you at the first you were immovable.
Why, what's immovable?
A joint stool.
Well, thou sittest. Come, sit on me.
No! Asses are made to bear, and so are you.
Women are made to bear, and so are you.
No such jade as you of me.
Alas, good Kate, I will not burden thee, for knowing thee to be but young and light.
Too light, such a swain as you to catch, and yet as heavy as my weight should be.
Should be, should buzz.
Well taken, and like a buzzard.
Oh, slow-winged turtle, shall a buzzard take thee?
Aye, for turtles it takes a buzzard.
Come, come, you wasp, in faith you are too angry.
If I be wasp, must wear my sting.
My remedy then is to pluck it out.
Aye, if the fool could find a bird lies.
Who knows not where the wasp doth wear his sting? In his tail.
In his tongue.
Whose tongue?
Yours, if you talk of tails, and so fair and clever.
What, with my tongue in your tail? Nay, good Kate, come again. I am a gentleman.
That I'll try.
I swear I'll cuff you if you strike again.
So may you lose your arms. If you strike me, you're no gentleman. And if no gentleman, why then no arms.
Oh, well, Kate. Oh, put me in thy books.
What is your crest? A cock's comb?
A combless cock, and so Kate will be my head.
No cock of mine, you approach me like a craven.
Come, Kate, come, you must not look so sour.
'Tis my fashion when I see a crab.
Why, here's no crab, and therefore look not sour.
There is.
Well, then show it me.
Had I a glass, I would.
What, you mean my face?
Well aimed at such a young one.
Now, by St. George, I am too young for thee.
Yet you are withered.
'Tis with care.
I care not.
Nay, Kate, in sooth, escape not so.
I chafe you, my Terry, let me go!
No, not a whit. I find you passing gentle. What was told of me that you were rough, and coy, and sullen. But now I find that report a very lie. For thou art pleasant, gamesome, and passing courteous, but slow in speech, yet as sweet as springtime flowers. Thou canst not frown. Thou canst not look askance nor bite the lip as angry wind is will. Nor hast thou pleasure to be cross in talk, but thou with mildness entertainest thy wooers, with gentle confidence, soft and affable. Why does the world report that Kate doth live? O slanderous world! Kate, like the hazel twig, is straight and slender, and as brown hue as hazelnuts, and sweeter than the kernels. Oh, let me see thee walk, thou dost not halt.
Go, fool, who now keeps command!
Never Diane become so a grove as Kate in this chamber with her princely gait. Oh, let thou be Diane, let her be Kate, let Diane be chaste, and Kate sportful.
Where did you study all this goodly speech?
It is extempore, from my mother wit.
Oh, witty mother, witness us her son.
Am I not wise?
Yes, keep you warm.
Marry, sweet Catherine, I need in thy bed. And therefore, setting all this chat aside, thus it stands. Your mother hath consented you shall be my wife. Our dowry agreed on, and will you, nill you, I will marry you. Now, Kate, I am husband for your turn, and whereby this light I see thy beauty that doth make me like thee well. Thou must be married to no man but me, for I am he born to tame thee, Kate, and take thee from a wild Kate to a Kate conformable, as other household Kates. Here comes your mother. Never make denial, I will and must have Catherine as my wife.
Now, Signor Petruchio, how speak you with my daughter?
Oh, all is well, man, all is well. 'Twere impossible that we should speed amiss.
Oh, now, daughter Catherine, in your dumps.
No! Call you me daughter? Now, I promise you, you have shown a tender motherly regard to wish me wed to one that lunatic, a mad Cabruppian, and a swearing jack that thinks we'll owe to face the matter out.
Mother, tis thus. Yourself and all the world that have talked about our talking visitor. Well, she be cursed, it is for policy. But she's not heartless, tender as a morn. She's not froward, but as modest as the dove. And for her patience she'll prove a second Griselle, and Roman Lucrece for her chastity. And to conclude, we breed so well together, that upon Sunday is the wedding day.
I'll see thee hanged on Sunday first!
Petruchio, hark, she says she'll see thee hanged first.
Is sister speeding? Nay, then good night our part.
Be patient, gentlemen, I choose her for myself. Let she and I be pleased, what's that to you? 'Twas bargained betwixt us twain, being alone, that she should still be cursed in company. And I tell you, 'tis incredible to believe how much she loves me. Oh, the kindest Kate! She hung about my neck, kiss on kiss. She lied so fast, protesting oath upon oath, that in a twink she had given me to her love. Though you are nonsense, 'tis a world to see how tame the men and women are alone. A meacock wretch can make the curse to Shrew. Give me thy hand, Kate. I must away to Calcutta to buy apparel against the wedding day. Mother, bid the guests and provide the feast. I shall be sure my Catherine will be fine.
I know not what to say, but give me your hands. God send you joy, Petruchio. 'Tis a match.
How men say we will be witnesses.
Mother, wife, gentlemen, adieu. I must away to Calcutta. Sunday comes on apace, and there will be rings and things in fine array. Kiss me, Kate. We will be married o' Sunday.
No!
Was ever a match clapped up so suddenly?
Hey, gentlemen. Now I play a merchant's part and venture madly on a desperate mart.
'Twas a commodity laid ready by you. 'Twill bring you gain or perish on the seas.
The gain I seek is quiet in the match.
And no doubt Petruchio hath got a quiet catch. But now, Baptista, to your younger daughter I pray. Today is the day we have long looked for. I am your neighbor and the suitor first.
And I the one that love her more than words can witness, or your thoughts can guess.
Not when thou canst not love so dear as I.
Crave thy love doth freeze.
And I doth cry, skipper, stand back. 'Tis age that nourisheth.
But
youth and the ladies out there flourishing.
Oh, gentlemen, content ye. I will compound this strife. 'Tis deeds must win the prize, and he of both that can offer my daughter greatest dower shall have Bianca's love. Say, Signor Gremio, what can you assure her?
Well, first, as you know, my house within the city is richly furnished with plate and gold, basins and ewers to lave her dainty hands. My hangings all Tyrian tapestry. In ivory coffers I have stuffed my crowns, in cypress chests my arms counterpoints. Costly apparel, tents and canopies, fine turkey cushions bossed with pearl, veils of Venice, gold in the needlework, brass pewter, and all things that belongs to house or housekeeping. Then at my farm, I've 100 milch kine to the pail, and 6 dozen fat oxen standing in my stalls, and all things answerable to this portrait. Myself am struck in years, I must confess. But if I die tomorrow, all this is hers, and whilst I live, she be only mine.
That only came well in. Lady, listen to me. I am my father's heir and only son. If I be your daughter to my wife, I'll leave her house as 3 or 4 as good within rich deli walls as any one old Signor Gremio has here in Mumbai. Besides, 2,000 ducats of rich land by the year, all of which shall be your joint here. Well, have I pinched you, Signor Gremio?
2,000 ducats by the year of land? My land amounts to not so much in all. That you shall have besides an argosy, which is now lying in Marcellus Road. What have I pinched you with an argosy?
Gremio, 'tis known my father hath no less than 3 great argosies, besides 2 galleasses and 12 head galleys, all of which I'll assure her in twice as much whatever thou offerest next.
Nay, I've offered all. I have no more. And she can have no more than all I have. If you like me, she shall be me and mine.
And the maid is mine from all the world, by your firm promise. Gremio is outvied.
I must confess, your offer is the best. And let your father make good the assurance, she is your own. Else you must pardon me. If you should die before him, where's her dower?
But that's a cavil. He is old, I young.
And may not the young die as well as the old?
Oh, content ye, gentlemen. I am thus resolved. Now on Sunday next shall Catherine be married. Now on the Sunday following shall Bianca be bride to you, if you make the assurance. If not, to Signor Gremio. And so I thank you both and take my leave.
Good morrow, neighbor. Now I fear we not young gamester. Your father were a fool to get beyond this waning age. Set foot under thy table, tut, a toy. An old Italian fox is not so kind, my boy.
Vengeance on your crafty, withering hide. Yet I have faced it with a heart of head. 'Tis in my head to do my master good. I see no reason now, but suppose Lucentio must get a father named, suppose Vincentio. And that's a wonder. Fathers often get their children, but in this case of wooing, a child should get a sire, if my cunning fails me not.
Fiddler, forbear. You're too forward, sir. Have you so soon forgot the entertainment? Her sister Katharina welcomes you withal.
But Raymond, you know, this is the patroness of heavenly harmony. Then give me leave to have prerogative. When in music we have spent an hour, your lecture can have leisure for as much.
Preposterous ass! That I never read so far to know the reason why music was ordained. Was it not to refresh the mind of man after his studies or his usual pain? Then give me leave to read philosophy, and while I pause, sing in your harmony.
Sirrah, I will not bear these praises of thine.
Why, gentlemen, you do me double wrong to strive for that rest in my choice. I am no rigid scholar in schools. I'll not be tied to hours, nor appointed times, but learn my lessons as I please myself. And to cut off all strife here, sit we down.
Simons, ies segigetenus, ixtit erat preami regigetenus systems.
Conscript.
Igibat, as I told you before, Simons, I am Vincentio. Ic est, son to Vincentio of Delhi, segigetenus, scas vestigit your love. Ixtit erat, and that Vincentio that comes aboard. Preami is my Ventrani, regia, bearing my court. Chelsea sends, and left to make beguile the old pantaloon.
Madame, my instruments in tune.
Let's hear. Why, the trumpet jars.
Spit in the hole, man, and tune again.
Now let me see if I can constrict. Ich ebat sivos. I know you not. Ich es se hia tellus. I trust you not. Ich es tetrat priami. Take heed he heareth not. Regia, presume not. Celsa sanis, despair not.
Madame, 'tis now in tune.
All but the bass.
The bass is right. 'Tis the bass knave that jars. How fire and forward this pedant is. By my life, this knave doth court my love. Pedescule, I'll watch thee better yet.
In time I may believe, yet I mistrust.
Mistrust it not, for sure a Hydes was a job, so called from his grandfather.
Well, I must believe my master, else I promise you I shall be arguing still upon that doubt. But let it rest. Now Licio to you. Good master, take it not and kindly pray that I have been thus pleasant with you both.
You may go walk, and give me leave a while, for my lessons make no music in 3 parts.
Are you so formal, sir? Well, I must wait, and watch with all, for what I can deceive. A fine musician for an amorous.
Madame, before you touch my instrument, to learn the order of my fingering, I must teach you gallant and unbrief sort. More pretty, pleasant, and effectual than hath been taught by any of my trade. Oh, and here it is in writing, fairly drawn.
I have passed my gamut long ago.
Yet, read the gamut of Hortensio.
Gamut, I am the ground of all accord. Array to read Hortensio's passion. Be me, Bianca, taken for thy lord. Siva, that loves with all affection. Di sol re, one cleft 2 notes have I. E la misho, pity or I die. Call you this gamut, Tad? I like it not. Old fashions please me best. I am not so nice to change true rules for odd inventions.
Mistress, other praise for legal rules and help to dresses is just St. Rock. You know, tomorrow is a wedding day.
Farewell, sweet master. Both. I must be gone.
Faith, mistress, that I have no cause to stay.
Yet, I have cause to cry to this pedant. Methinks he looks as though he were in love. Yet, if Bianca be so humble to cast thy wandering eye upon every stale, seize thee that list. If once I find thee raging, Hortensio will quit with thee my changing.
Signor Lucentio, this is the appointed day that the captain of Petruchio should be married, yet we hear not of our son-in-law. What will be said? What mockery will it be to want the bridegroom when the priest attends to speak the ceremonial ways of the marriage? What says Lucentio to this shame of ours?
No shame, but mine. I must forsooth be forced to give my hand opposed against my heart unto a mad-brained Bunsby, full of spleen, who wooed in haste means to wed at leisure. I told you, he was a frantic fool, hiding his bitter jests in rough behaviors. And to be noted for a merry man, he'll woo 1,000, appoint the day of marriage, make friends, invite, and proclaim the band, yet never means to wed with
Catherine, Baptista too. Upon my life, Shrew means but well, whatever fortune saves him from his word. Though he be blunt, I know him passing wise. Though he be married, yet withal he's honest.
Would Catherine had never seen him, though. Go, girl, I cannot blame thee now to weep, for such an injury would vex a very saint, much more a shrew of thy impatient humor.
Oh, master, news, old news, and such news as you've never heard of.
Is it new and old too? How may that be?
What? Is it not news to hear of Petruchio's coming?
Is he come?
Why, no, lady.
Oh, what then?
He is coming.
When will he be here?
When he stands where I am and sees you there.
But say, what to thine old news?
What? Petruchio is coming in a new hat and an old jerkin, pair of old breeches thrice turned, pair of boots that have been candle cases, unbuckled with other lace, with an old rusty sword hanging out of the arm, with a broken hilt and chapers, and 2 broken points. His horse is picked with an old mocky saddle and stirrups of no kindred. Besides, possessed with the glanders of lycomos and the chine, troubled with the lampus, infected with the fashions, full of windows, fed with spade and sprayed with yellows, that's curable vibes. Stock spoiled with the staggers, but on with the box, with the back and shoulder shot, and with a near check bit and a head saw of sheep's leather, which, being restrained to keep them from stumbling, hath been up and burst in their repaired knots. One girth 6 times a piece of a woman's pepper below, that's 2 letters for her name, barely set down in studs, and here and there a piece of pack thread.
Who comes with him?
Oh, the name! Black. For all the world's comparison like a horse, with a linen stalk on one leg and a crimson foot-hose on the other. Garter was regretting through this. An old hat with the humor of 40 fancies pricked in it for a feather. A monster, a very monster of a feather. And not like a Christian footboy or a gentleman's liking.
'Tis some odd humor fixed him to this fashion. Yet oftentimes he goes but mean apparel.
Well, I'm glad he has come, howsoever he comes.
Why, lady, he comes not.
Didst thou not say he comes?
Who? That Petruchio came?
Aye, that Petruchio came.
Nay, I say that his horse comes with him on his back.
Why, that's all blood.
Nay, by St. James, I called you a penny. A horse and a man is more than one, and yet not many.
Where be these gathered? Who's at home?
You are welcome, sir.
Yet I come not well.
Yet you ought not.
Not so well apparelled as I wish you were.
Well, it's not better that I should rush in thus. But where is my kate? Where is my lovely bride? How does my mother? Gentles, methinks you frown, and wherefore gave this goodly company as if thou had seen some wondrous monument, some comet, or unusual prodigy.
Why, sir, you know this is your wedding day. First we were sad, fearing you would not come, and now sadder that you come so unprovided. But doth this habit a shame to your estate, an eyesore to our solemn festival?
And tell us, for what occasion of import hath also long detained you, true bride, and sent you hither so unlike yourself?
Tedious it were to tell, and not to hear. Suffice it, I have come to keep my word, though in somewhat more important to digress, which at more leisure I will so excuse, and you shall well be satisfied with all. But where is my Kate? I stay too long from her. The morning wears, and 'tis time that we were at church.
See not your bride in these unreverent robes. Go to my chamber, put on clothes of mine.
Nay, I promise you, thus I'll visit her.
And thus, I trust, you will not marry her.
Good sooth even thus, and therefore I have done with words. To me she's married, not into my clothes. Could I repair what she will wear in me as I can change these poor accoutrements? To a well-vacated, better for myself. But what a fool I am to chat with you, when I should bid good morrow to my bride and seal the title with a lovely kiss.
He hath some meaning in his mad attire. We'll persuade him, if possible, to put on better ere we go to church.
I'll after him and see the event of this.
But to her love concerneth us to add, which to bring to pass, as I before imparted on your worship, I to get a man, whatever he be, his skill is not much, and will fit him to our turn, and make him see Vincentio of Delhi, and give assurance here Mumbai of greater sums than I have promised. So shall you quietly enjoy your hope, and marry sweet Bianca with consent.
But were it not that my fellow schoolmaster doth watch Bianca's steps so narrowly, who would methinks to seal our marriage, which once performed, let all the world say no. I'll keep mine own despite of all the world.
That by degrees you mean to look into, and watch our advantage in this business. We'll overlook the graybeard, Gremio, the narrow-pine mother, Enola, the quaint musician, Avarice Legio, all for my master's sake, Lucentio. Signor Gremio, came you from the church?
As rudely as e'er I came from school.
And is the bride and bridegroom coming?
'Tis a groom indeed, a grumbling groom, and that the girl shall find.
Curser than she, why, 'tis possible.
Why, he's a devil's fiend.
Why, she's a devil's damned.
Tut, she's a lamb, a dove, a fool to him. I'll tell thee, Sir Lucentio, when the priest should ask if Katharina should be married. I, by God's wounds, quoth he, and swore so loud, that all amazed the priest let fall the book. And as he stooped to pick it up, the mad-brained bridegroom gave him such a cuff, that down fell book and priest and both. Now take them up, quoth he, if any list.
What said the wench when he rose again?
Why, trembled and shook, for he stamped and swore that the vicar meant to close in him. And after many ceremonies, he calls for wine. Ah, ho, quoth he, as if he had been on board carousing with his mates, after a storm quaffed up the muscadale. Knew the sobs in the sexton's face, for no other reason than that his beard was big and hungry, and seemed to ask him sobs as he was drinking. This done, he took the bride about the neck, and kissed her lips with such a clamorous smack, that at the party all the church did echo. I, seeing this thing, that's very shame. And after me, I know the rout is coming. Such a mad marriage never was before.
I thank you for your favors. I know you've been to dine with me today, and I prepared great store of wedding cheer. But so it is my haste that call me hence, and I must away.
Is it possible you will away tonight?
I must away today, before night time. And I know you all this company will all be faithful for me that have me held, give myself away to this most patient, sweet, and virtuous wife. Dine with my mother and drink a health to me. I must away today, and so farewell to you all.
Let me entreat you. Stay till after dinner.
It may not be.
Let me entreat you.
It cannot be.
Let me entreat you.
I am content.
Are you content to stay?
I'm content you shall entreat me. Stay. Though stay I shall not. Entreat me I can.
Now, if you love me, stay.
Grumio, my horse.
Aye, sir, will be ready? To meet the horses.
Nay then, do what thou canst. I will not go today. No, nor tomorrow, not till I please myself. The door is open, sir, there lies your way. You may be jogging while your boots are green. For me, I'll not be gone till I please myself. 'Tis like a proof of jolly surly groom that take it on you at the first, so roundly.
Content me, case pretty, be not angry.
I will be angry. What hast thou to do?
Catherine, please, would
Mother, be quiet. He shall stay my leisure.
Aye, merry lady, now it begins to work.
Gentlemen, forward to the bridal dinner. I see one may be made a fool if she had not the spirit to resist.
They shall go forward, Kate, if I command. Obey, bride, you that attend on her. Go to the feast, revel and domineer, carouse full measure to her maidenhead. Be mad and merry, or go hang yourselves. But for my bonny Kate, she must with me. Nay, look not big, nor stop, nor stare, nor fret. I will be master of what's mine own, and she is my goods, my shadows, my house, my household stuff, my field, my barn, my ox, my ass, my anything. And here she stands. Touch her, whoever dare. I'll bring my action against proud to see who stops my way in Mumbai.
Oh, sir, would
Grumio, drop off thy weapon. We are beset with thieves. Rescue thy missus if thou be a man. Fear not, sweet wench, they shall not touch you. Kate, help up look thee against the million.
Nay, let them go. A couple of quiet ones.
And would they not quickly, I should die with laughing.
Talk of bad marriages never was blood.
Now, Mrs., what's your opinion of your sister?
That being mad herself, she's madly naked.
I'll warrant you, Petruchio is cated.
Neighbors and friends, the bride and bridegroom wants for to supply the places at the table. You know they want no junkets at the feast. Lucentio, you shall supply the bridegroom's place, and let Bianca take her sister's room.
Shall she practice how bride is?
She shall, Lucentio. Come, gentlemen, let's go.
It's only warm, it's not hot. Can I help you? It's unlimited. No idea.
We're on tight.
Oh, no, no, oh!
Excuse you.
This way, my lord, this way.
Come with me, my husband. This was she.
I'm telling you.
I know her.
I know. There you go. Oh, it's all.
Oh, my husband.
Ooh, fair ladies.
Oh, have you
Still
met my
kiss
noble
perhaps?
husband?
A kiss perhaps?
Kiss with my dear and golden
Sweeter than the morning dew. Very well. Sweeter than on purpose turned up with Semiramis.
A bit under the weather. Very far. Hey! Yes.
Oh, no, she's up.
How do we get over here? We see tomorrow. This battle? This one? No? Oh, many parts, many parts. Onward, my lord. Let's go. This way. This way.
Right away. Right away.
Yes,
Yeah, that's why. And I'm gonna just a little bit north of you, like just like one block.
no.
Why'd you do that?
Other way, my lord.
Fie on all tired jades, on all mad masters and all foul ways. Was ever man so beaten? Was ever man so rained? Was ever man so weary? I am sent before to make a fire, and they are coming after to warm them. Now were I not a little pot, and soon hot, my very lips might freeze to my teeth, my tongue to the roof of my mouth, my heart in my belly, ere I should come by a fire to thaw me. But I, with blowing the fire, shall warm myself. For, considering the weather, a taller man than I will take cold. Hello, Curtis.
Who is that calls so coldly?
A piece of ice. If thou doubt it, thou mayst slide from my shoulder to my heel with no greater a run but my head and my neck. A fire! Sir Curtis.
Is my master and his wife coming, Grumio?
Oh, aye, Curtis, aye, and therefore fire, fire, cast on no water.
Is she so hot a shrew as she's reported?
She was, good Curtis, before this frost. But thou knowst winter tames man, woman, and beast. For it hath tamed my old master, and my new mistress, and myself, fellow Curtis.
Oh, wait, you 3-inch fool, I am no beast.
Am I but 3 inches? Why, thy horn is a foot, and so am I at least. But wilt thou make a fire, or shall I complain of thee to our mistress, whose hand, she being now at hand, thou shalt soon feel to thy cold comfort for being slow in my hot office?
I pray thee, good Grumio, tell me, how goes the world?
A cold world, Curtis, in every office but thine, and therefore fire! Do thy duty, and have thy duty, for my master and mistress are almost frozen to death.
There's fire ready, and therefore I pray thee. News?
Why, Jack boy, oh boy, and as much news as wilt thou.
Come, you are so full of coney catching.
Why, therefore fire, for I have caught extreme cold. Where's the cook? Is supper ready? The house trimmed? Rushes strewed? The serving men in their new fustian? Their white stockings? And every officer his wedding garment on? Be the jets for within, the jewels for without, the carpets laid, and everything in order?
All's ready, and therefore I pray thee. News?
First, no, my horse is tired. My master and mistress fallen out.
How?
Out of their saddles and into the dirt. And thereby hangs a tale.
Let's have it, good Grumio.
Lend thine ear.
noble tale, and this couple should not get your ears and beseech listening. Now I begin. Imprimis, we came down a foul hill, my master riding behind my mistress, both of one horse. What's that to thee? Why, a horse. Tell thou the tale. But hadst thou not crossed me, thou shouldst have heard how her horse fell, and she, under her horse, thou shouldst have heard in how miry a place, how she was bemoiled, how he left her with the horse upon her, how he beat me because her horse stumbled, how she waded through the dirt to pluck him off me, how he swore, how she prayed that never prayed before, how I cried, how the horses ran away, how her bridle was burst, how I lost my crupper, with many things of worthy memory, which now shall die in oblivion, and now return unexperienced to thy grave.
By this reckoning, he is more a shrew than she.
Aye, and that thou and the proudest of you all shall find when he comes home. But what talk I of this? Call forth Nathaniel, Joseph, Nicholas, Philip, Walter, Sugarsop, and the rest. Let their heads be slickly combed, their blue coats brushed, their garters of an indifferent knit. Let them curtsy with their left legs, and not presume to touch a hair of my master's horse tail till they kiss their hands. Are they all ready?
They are.
Call them forth.
Do you hear, ho? You must meet by master countenance my mistress.
Why, she hath a face of her own.
Who knows not that?
Thou, it seems, that calls for company to countenance her.
I call them forth to credit her.
Why, she comes to borrow nothing of them.
Welcome home, fellow Grumio.
How now, Grumio?
What, Grumio? Oh, fellow Grumio. How now, lad?
Welcome, you. How now, you. What, you. Fellow, you. And thus much for greeting. Now, my sweet companion, is all ready and all things neat?
All things is ready. How near is our master?
In at hand, alighted by this, and therefore be not catch passion! Silence! I hear my master.
Where are these knaves? Watch, no man at door to hold my stirrup, nor to take my horse. Where is Nathaniel? Gregory? Philip?
Here, sir.
Here, sir.
Here, sir.
Here, sir. You loggerheads and unpolished grooms, what, no attendance, no regard, no duty. Where is the foolish knave I sent before?
Here, sir, as foolish as I was before.
You peasant swain! You Orson Multor's drudge! Did I not bid thee meet me in the park and bring these rascal knaves with thee?
Nathaniel's coat, sir, was not fully made, and Gabriel's pumps were all unpinked at the heel. There was no link to color Peter's hat, and Walter's dagger was not come from a sheathing. There were none fine but Adam, Rafe, and Gregory. The rest were ragged, old, and beggarly. Yet, as they are, here are they come to meet you.
Go, rascals, go, and fetch my supper in. Why, come, Kate, sit, and welcome. Suit! Why, when I say, off with my boots, you rogues, you villains, when? Out, you rogue, you pluck my foot awry. Take that and mend the plucking of the other. Thanks, Kate, being there. What, shall I have some water? Where is my splendid Troilus? Go, bid my cousin Ferdinand come in. One that you must kiss, Kate, and become acquainted. What, shall I have some water? Where are my slippers? Come, Kate, sit and wash up. You awesome villain! Will you let it fall?
Patience, I pray you. 'Twas a fault unwilling.
A horse and beetle-headed, flabby knave. Come, Kate, sit. I know you got a stomach. Shall you give thanks we came to show up? What's this? Mutton?
Aye.
Who brought it?
I.
'Tis burnt! So is all the meat! Where are these dogs? Where is the rascal cook? How durst you villains bring this from the dresser and serve it thus to me, and love it not? Who'll take that to you, trencher cup and all? What? Do you grumble? expressly am forbid to touch it. For it engenders choler, plaintive anger, and to better that we did fast, for of ourselves are choleric, and feeble of such over-roasted flesh. Be patient. Tomorrow shall be mended, and as for today, we'll fast for company. Come, I'll bring thee to thy bridal chamber.
No.
Peter, didst thou ever see the like?
He kills her in her own humor. Where is he? In her chamber, making a sermon of contingency to her, and rails and swears and rates that she, poor soul, knows not which way to stand, to look, to speak, and sits as one who risen from a dream. Away, away, for he is coming hither.
Thus, I have politically begun my reign. And is my hope to end successfully. My falcon now is sharp and passing empty. And until she stoop, she must not be full gorged yet, for then she never looks upon her loom. Another way I have to man my haggard, to make her come, and to know her keeper's call. That is to watch her, as we watch these cats that bait and beat and will not be obedient. She ate no meat today, no, none shall she. Last night she slept not, nor tonight she shall not. And for the meat some undeserved fault I'll find, about the making of the bed. And here I'll fling the pillow, this way the sheets, another way the coverlet, and yet another way the bolster. And I amid this fair leader, I intend, which all is done, in reverent care of her. And to conclude, she shall watch all night. And if she chance to nod, why then I'll rail and brawl, and with the clamor keep her still awake. And this is the way to kill a wife with kindness. And thus I'll curb her mad and headstrong humor. Well, if any man better knows how to tame Shrew, let him speak. 'Tis charity to show.
Is it possible, friend Luccio, that Mistress Bianca does not fancy any other but Lucentio? I tell thee, sir, she bears me fair in hand.
Sir, to satisfy what I have said, stand by and mark the manner of his teaching.
Now, mistress, profit you in what you read.
What master reads you? First resolve me that.
I read that I confess, the art to love.
And may you prove, sir, master of your arts.
But me, sweet dear, prove mistress of my heart.
What procedures marry? Now tell me, sir, I pray, you that dost swear your mistress Bianca loves none in the world as well as Lucentio?
Oh, despiteful love, unconstant womankind. I tell thee, Litio, this is wonderful.
Mistake no more. I am not Litio, nor a musician as I seem to be, but one that scorn live in this disguise for such a one that leaves a gentleman and makes a god of such a coolian. No, sir, that I am called Hortensio.
Signor Hortensio, I've often heard of your entire affection to Bianca, and since mine eyes are witness to her likeness, I will with you, if you be so contented, forswear Bianca and her love forever.
Signor Lucentio, here is my hand, and here I do firmly vow to woo her no more, but do forswear her as one unworthy of all former favors that I fondly flattered her withal.
And here I take the like unfeigned oath, never to marry with a maid, though she would entreat. Spy on her, and see how beastly she doth court him.
For my world, so that I may keep mine oath, I will be married to a wealthy widow ere 3 days pass, who hath loved me as long as I have loved this proud, disdainful haggard. And so I take my leave, Signor Lucentio. Kindness in women, and not their beauteous looks shall win my heart. Farewell, in resolution as I swore before.
Mistress Bianca, bless you with such grace, as long as to a lover's blessed case. Nay, I have taken you napping, gentle love, and have forsworn you with Hortensio.
Tranio, you jest. But have you both forsworn me?
Mistress, we have.
Then we are widowed Lydio.
Aye, and he'll have a lusty widow now. who shall be wooed and wedded in a day.
God give him joy.
I am no tamer.
He said so, Tranio.
Faith, he has gone into the taming school.
The taming school. What is there such a place?
I, mistress, and Petruchia was master. That teaches prigs 11 and 20 long. How to tame a shrew and charm a chattering tongue.
Oh, master, I've watched so long that I'm dog-weary. But at last, I spied an ancient angel coming down the hill who will serve the gem.
What is he, Biondella?
Master, repentant or pedant, I know not what, but form a little pale, and gaiety countenance, truly like a father.
And what of him, Tranio? If you be credulous and trust my tale, I'll make him glad to see Vincentio, and give assurance to Baptista as if he were the right Vincentio. Take any of love, let me alone.
God save you, sir.
And you, sir, follow ye far on, or are you at the farthest?
At the farthest for a week or two, but then at the farther and as far as Delhi. And so on to Bangalore, if God lend me life.
What countryman, I pray?
Of Calcutta.
Of Calcutta, Mary, God forbid, and come to Mumbai careless of your life?
My life, sir? How, I pray? For that grows hard.
'Tis death for anyone from Calcutta to come to Mumbai. Know you not the cause? Your ships are stayed at Bangalore and the Duke, for private quarrel twixt the Duke and he, have published and proclaimed it openly. 'Tis marvel but that you are but newly come. You might have heard it I was proclaimed about.
Alas, sir, it is worse for me than so. For I have bills for money by exchange from Bhopal, and must here deliver them.
Well, to do you this courtesy, this I will do, and this I will advise you. First tell me, have you ever been to Delhi?
Aye, sir, in Delhi I have often been. Delhi, renowned for their great citizens.
Among them you know one Vincentio.
I know him not, but I've heard of him. A merchant of incomparable wealth.
He is my father. In sooth to say, in countenance, somewhat doth resemble you.
As much as an apple doth an oyster, it is all one.
To save your life in this extremity, this favor I will do for his sake. And thinking not the rest of all your fortunes that you are like to serve Vincentio. His name and credit shall you undertake, and in my house you shall be friendly lodged. Stay till you have done your business in the city here, and look that you take upon you as you should. You understand me, sir? If this be courtesy, sir, accept of it.
Oh, sir, I do, and will repute you ever the patron of my liberty and life.
Then go with me to make the matter good. This, by the way, I let you understand. My father is here looked for every day, to pass assurance of a dower in marriage twixt me and one Baptista's daughter here. In all these circumstances, I'll instruct you. Go with me to clothe you as becomes you.
No, forsooth. I dare not whore my life.
Oh, the more my wrong, the more his spite appears. What, did he marry me to famish me? Oh, beggars that come unto my mother's door upon entreaty have the present alms. If not, elsewhere they meet with charity. But I, who never knew how to entreat, nor never needed that I should entreat, and starved for meat, giddy for lack of sleep, with oaths kept waking and rolling fed. And that which spites me more than all these wants, it does it in the name of perfect love, as who should say if I should sleep or eat, or deadly sickness, or else present death. Now I pray thee, go and get me some repast. I care not what, so it be wholesome food.
What say you to a neat's foot?
I like it well. I pray thee, let me have it.
I fear it is two-colored horse. What say you to a fat tripe, finely broiled?
It is passing good. Grumio, fetch it me.
I cannot tell. I fear it is choleric. How say you to a piece of beef and mustard?
There should I be
Aye, but the mustard is too hot a little.
Why then the beef, and let the mustard rest.
Nay, then I will not. You shall have the mustard, or else you get no beef of Grumio.
Then both, or one, or anything thou wilt.
Why then the mustard without the beef?
Go, get thee gone, thou false-deluding slave, that feedest me with the very name of meat. Saddle on thee, and all the back of you that triumph thus upon my misery. Go, get thee gone, I say.
How fares my king? What sweet all the more?
Mistress, what cheer?
Faith as cold as can be.
Pluck up thy spirits, love and look cheerfully upon me. Here, thou seest how diligent I am to dress thy meat myself and bring it thee. Now methinks this kindness merits some thanks. What, not a word? Nay, then thou lovest it not, and on my pains is told to no proof. Here, take away this dish.
I pray you, let it stand.
The poorest service is repaid with thanks, and so shall mine before you touch the meat.
Thank you, sir.
Signor Petruchio, fie, you are to blame. Come, Mistress Kate, I shall bear thy company.
Eat it up, Arnold, and say what thou lovest me. Much good do unto thy gentle heart. Kate, eat apace. And now, my honey love, we must unto your mothers. We shall have silken coats and caps and golden rings, and ruffs and cuffs and farthingales and things, with scarves and fans and double chains and bravery, with adamant bracelets, beads, and all this knavery. What, hast thou dined? The tailor stays thy leisure, to deck thy body with his ruffling trevor. Come, let us see these ornaments. Lay forth the gown. What's the news with you, sir?
Here's the cap, your worship, take the speed.
Why, this was molded on a porringer. She's a velvet dish, fie. 'Tis a cockle, a walnut shell, a knack, a toy, a trick, a baby's cap. Away with it, come, let me have a bigger.
I'll have no bigger. This doth fit the times, and gentlemen wear such caps as these.
Why, when you are gentle, you shall have one too, and not till then.
That will not be in haste.
Why, sir, I trust I may have leave to speak, and speak I will. I am no child, no baby. Your betters have dared me say my mind, and if you cannot, best you stop your ears. My tongue will tell the anger of my heart, and if my heart concealing it will break. And rather than it shall, I will be free, even to the utmost, as I please in words.
Thou speakest true. 'Tis a paltry cap, a custard coffin, a silken pie. I love thee well, if thou likest it not.
Love me or love me not, I like the cap, and it have had, or I'll have none.
Thy gown! Come, tailor, let us see it. Oh, mercy God! What masking stuff is this? What's this, a sleeve? That is like a demi-cannon, cocked up and down like an apple tart. Here a nip and snip and cut incision slash, like a censor in a barber shop. What the devil's name, tailor, can thou callest this?
I see you'd like to have another gown nor gown.
You bid me make it orderly and well, according to the fashion of the time.
Marion did, but if you remember it, I did not bid you mar it to the time. Go! Hop over every kennel home, for you shall hop without my custom, sir. Away with it hence! Make your best of it!
I never saw a better fashioned gown. More cake, more pleasing, nor more commendable. Belike you mean to make a puppet of me.
Thou speakest true. He means to make a puppet of thee.
She says your worship means to make a puppet of her.
Oh, monstrous arrogance! Thou liest, thou thread, thou thimble, thou yard, three-quarter, half-yard, quarter nail, braved in my own house with a skein of thread. Away! Thou flea, thou rag, thou quantity, or I shall so meet thee with thy yard, as thou shalt think on prating whilst thou livest. I tell thee that thou hast marred her gown.
Your worship is deceived. The gown is made just as my master had direction. Grumio gave order how it should be done.
I gave him no order. I gave him the stuff.
But did you not desire that it should be cut?
Thou hast faced many things.
I have.
Face not me. Thou hast brave many and brave not me. I will neither be faced nor brave. I say unto thee, I bid thy master cut out the gown, but I did not bid him cut it to pieces. Ergo, thou liest.
Why, here is no perfection to testify.
Read it.
Then don't lie, Miss Broke, sir, if he said I said so.
Infamous, a loose-bodied gown.
Master, if ever I said loose-bodied gown, sew me in the skirts of it and beat me to death with the bottom of brown thread. I said a gown.
Proceed.
With a small compassed cape.
I confess the cape.
With a trunk sleeve.
I confess 2 sleeves.
The sleeves curiously cut.
Aye, there's the villainy.
Aireth bill, sir, aireth bill. I commanded the sleeves to be cut out and sewed up again, and that will prove upon thee though thy little finger be armed in a thimble.
This is true that I say, and I had thee in a place where thou shouldst know it.
I aim for thee strict. Take thou the bill, give me thy meat yard, and spare not me.
God have mercy, Grumio, that he shall have no odds.
Well, sir, simply put, the gown is not for me.
You are in the right, sir. 'Tis for my mistress.
Go, take it up unto thy master's use.
Villain, not for thy life. Take up my mistress' gown for thy master's use.
Why, sir, what's your conceit in that?
Oh, sir, the conceit is deeper than you think for. Take up my mistress' gown for his master's use. Oh, fie.
What tensio wilt thou see the tailor paid? Away, be gone and speak no more.
Tailor, I shall pay thee for thy gown tomorrow. Take no unkindness to his hasty words. Away, commend thee to thy master.
Come, my Kate. You must look to your mothers. You need Mindy's honest, neat abilities. Our purses shall be proud, our garments poor. What is the mind that makes the body rich? As the sun breaks through the darkest clouds, so honor, pure, even in the meanest head. What? Is the jay more precious than the lark? Because his feathers are more beautiful? Or is the adder better than the eel because his painted skin moves the eye? Nay, neither art thou the worse for this poor furniture, neither. If thou countest for shame, lay it on me. And therefore, frolic, you must henceforth with to feast and sport at thy mother's. Go, call unto my men, we will to Long Lane End, and there we shall mount, and thither walk on foot. I say, 'tis now some 7 o'clock, we shall be there by supper time.
I dare assure you, sir, 'tis almost 2, and 'twill be supper time ere you come there.
It shall be 7 ere I go to horse. Look at I do, and say, and think to say, you are still crossing it. Now ere I go to your mother's, it shall be what o'clock I say it is.
I see this gallant will command the sun.
Sir, this is the house. Please use that a call.
Aye, what else? And you thought I'd be mistaken. Lady Baptista may remember me.
Near 17 years ago in Bangalore, we were
Just lodgers. Lodgers at Pegasus.
'tis well. Hold your own in any case, with such austerity as long to a father.
I warrant you. Sir, here comes your girl. 'Twere good she were schooled.
Sir, fear you not her. Fiondella, do that duty thoroughly. I advise you. Imagine 'twere the right Vincentio.
Tux, fear not me.
Didst thou do that errand to Baptista?
I told her that your father was at Calcutta. You look for him this day in Mumbai.
Don't need that to drink. Here comes Baptista. Sir, set your countenance. Lady Baptista, you are happily met. Sir, this is the lady I told you of. I pray you, stand good father for me now, and give me Bianca for my patrimony.
Soft, son. Lady, by your leave, having come to Mumbai, my son made me acquainted with the weighty cause of love between your daughter and himself. And for the good reports I hear of you, and for the love you bear through your daughter and she to him, to stay him not too long, I am content in a good father's care to have him matched. And if you please like no worse than I, me shall you find ready and willing with one consent to have her so bestowed. For curious I cannot be with you, Lady Baptista, of whom I hear so well.
Sir, pardon me in what I have to say. Your plainness and your shortness please me well. Right true, it is your son Lucentio here, doth love my daughter, and she loveth him, or both dissemble deeply their affections. And therefore, if you say no more than this, like a father you will deal with him, and pass my daughter a sufficient dower. The match is made and all is done. Your son shall have my daughter with consent.
I thank you, where then you know best we be affied and such assurance taken, as shall with either part's agreement stand.
Not in my house, Lucentio, for you know, pitchers have ears, and I have many servants. Besides, old Gregio's hardening still, and happily we might be interrupted.
Then at my lodging inn, it like you there doth my father lie, and there this night will pass his business presently and well. Send for your daughter by your servant here. My girl shall fetch the scrivener. The worst is this, that at so slender a warning you are likely to have a thin and slender pittance.
It likes me well. Cambio! Hie you home, and bid Bianca make her ready straight. And if you will, tell what hath happened. That Lucentio's father's arrived in Mumbai, and how she's like to be Lucentio's wife.
I pray to God she may, with all my heart.
Spelling not with God, get thee gone.
Lady Baptista, shall I lead the way? Welcome, one master's light to the ear cheers. Come, lady, we'll butter it in deli.
I follow you.
Cambio,
What sayest thou, Biandella?
you saw my master ring he left upon you.
Biandella, what of that?
Please nothing. But has left me behind to expound the meaning or moral of the signs and tokens.
I pray thee, moralize them.
Then thus, Baptista is safe, talking with the deceiving father of a deceitful son.
And what of him?
His daughters were brought by you to the supper.
And then?
Then the old priest of St. Luke's Church is at your command at all hours.
And what of all this?
I cannot. So they're busy with the count of their assurance. Take you assurance of her from her Bellagio ad imperium solum, to the church take the priest clerking from sufficient honest witnesses. This be not what you look for, the horse's head, but bid Bianca farewell forever and a day.
Hearest thou, Biandella?
Cannot tarry. I knew a wench married in an afternoon as she went to her garden for posse to stuff a rabbit. And so may you, sir. And so had you, sir. Our master had appointed me to go to St. Luke's to bid the priest be ready against you come with your appendix.
I may and will. If she be so contented. She will be pleased, and wherefore should I doubt? Hap would have may, I'll roundly go about her. It shall go hard if the Cambio go without her.
Come, once more towards our markets. Of God's name, look how bright and goodly shines the moon.
The moon? The sun? There's not moonlight now.
I say it is the moon that shines so bright.
I know it is the sun that shines so bright.
Now by my mother's son, and that's myself, it shall be moon or star, whatever I list, ere I go to your mother's. Evermore cross and cross, and nothing but cross.
And says he says, oh, we shall never go.
Oh, but I pray, since we have come so far, and be it moon or sun or what you please. And if you please to call the brush candle, henceforth I vow it shall be so for me.
I say, which is the moon?
I know it is the moon.
Nay, you lie, for it is the blessed sun.
Then God be blessed, it is the blessed sun. But sun it is not, when you say it is not. And the moon changes even as your mind. What you will have it named, even that it is. And so it shall be so for Catherine.
Petruchio, go thy ways, the field is won.
Forward, forward, thus the bold should run, though not so unluckily against the bias. But soft, what company is coming near? Tomorrow, fair maiden, where away? Now tell me, Kate, and tell me truly, too, hast thou ever beheld a fresher gentlewoman? Such warm of red and white between her cheeks, those stars that bespangle heaven meet in her eyes that make that heavenly face. Oh, good morrow, what's more to be? Embrace her, Kate, for her beauty's sake.
Who will make a man mad to make a woman of him?
Young, budding, virgin, fair and fresh and sweet, wither away. Oh, whence I am home. Happy the parents of so fair a child. Happier the man whom favorable stars allot me for his lovely bedfellow.
Kate, hast thou gone mad? Well, this is an old man, wrinkled, faded, and withered. Not a virgin, as thou sayest he is.
Hearted old father, unmistaking eyes that have been so bedazzled with the sun. Let everything I look on seem green. Now I perceive thou art a reverend father. Pardon, I pray, for my mad mistaking.
Do, good old grandsire, with all make known which way thou travellest. Then if along with us he may be joyous of thy coming.
Fair sir, and you, my very business, that with your strange encounter much amazed me. My name is called Vincentio, my dwelling Delhi. I'm bound to Mumbai. There to visit a son of mine, which I have long not seen.
And what's his name?
Vincentio, gentle sir.
Happily met, and that therefore thy son. And now by law as well as certain age I may entitle thee my loving father, the sister to my wife, this gentlewoman. My son then have to marry. But worry not, she's of noble birth, and wealthy, and of good esteem. Embrace me, old Vincentio. Upon our arrival in Mumbai, thy son shall be full of joy.
Is this true, or is it else your pleasure? Like pleasant travelers to break jest upon the company you overtake.
I do assure thee, father, so it is.
I see, father, that our previous merriment hath made thee jealous.
Patricio, this has put me too hot. Have to my widow, and if she be froward, then thou hast taught Hortensio to be untoward.
Oh, softly and swiftly, sir, for the priest is ready.
I fly, Biandella, but they may chance to me to get home. Therefore, leave us.
Nay, faith, I'll see the church at your back and then come back to my masters as soon as I can.
I marvel Cambio comes not all this while.
Sir, here's the door. Lucentio is here. My mother bears more towards the marketplace, and thither must I. So farewell.
You shall not choose but drink before you go. I think I shall command your welcome to you. And by all likelihood, some cheer is toward.
They are busy within, you best knock louder.
What's he that knocks as he would beat down the gate?
Is Signor Lucentio within, sir?
He's within, sir, but not to be spoken withal.
What if a man bring him 100 pound or two, to make merry withal?
Keep your 100 pounds to yourself. He shall need no long as so long as I live.
Nay, I told you that thy son was well loved to Mumbai. But, sir, all merriment aside, tells he no Lucentio that his father is here at the door.
Thou liest! His father is come from Mumbai and is here looking out of the window.
Art thou his father?
Aye, or so his mother says, if I can believe her.
Why, sir, 'tis flat knavery to take upon another man's name.
Lay hands on the villain! I believe it means to cozen somebody in this city under my countenance.
I've seen them in the church together. God send good shipping. And who is here? My old master Vincentio. Oh, now he runs out and brought to nothing.
Come hither, crackhead!
Hope I made you, sir.
Come hither, you boy. What? Have you forgot me?
Oh, no, sir, I could not forget you, for I never saw you before in all my life.
Didst thou never see thy master's father's face? Vincentio.
Oh, yes, marry, sir. See where he looks out the window.
So indeed.
Help! Help! Here's a man that will murder me.
Help, son, help Lady Baptista.
Come, Kate, let us stand by a while and see the end of this controversy.
Sir, what are you that offered to beat my servant?
What am I, sir? Nay, what are you, sir? Oh, immortal gods, oh, fine villain! A silken doublet, a velvet hose, a scarlet cloak, and a coveted hat. Oh, I am undone, I am undone! Will I play the good husband at home? My son and my servant spend all at the university.
How now? What's the matter?
Is the man lunatic?
Sir, you see with sober ancient gentlemen by your habit. But your words show you a madman. Why, what sins it you that I wear this cloak and this hat? I think my good father are unable to maintain it.
Thy father? He was a sailmaker in Bergamo.
Oh, you mistake, sir. You mistake, sir. Pray, what do you think is his name?
His name? As if I knew not his name. I brought him up ever since he was 3 years old. His name is Tronio.
Oh, wait, madass. His name is Lucentio, and he my only son, and heir to the lands of Meath, Signor Vincentio.
Lucentio? Oh, he hath murdered his master! Lay hold on him! I charge you in the Duke's name! Tell me, thou villain, where is my son Lucentio?
Call forth an officer. Carry this man named to the jail. Lady Baptista, see that he be forthcoming.
Stay, officer. He shall not go to prison.
Talk not, Signor Gremio. I say he shall go to prison.
Take heed, Lady Baptista, lest you become catched in this business. I dare swear this is the right Vincentio.
Swear if thou darest.
I dare not swear.
Then thou were best to say, I am not right Lucentio.
I know thee to be the right Vincentio.
No, away with the dotard. To the jail with him.
Thus strangers may be held and abused. A monstrous villain!
Oh, we are spoiled. And yonder he is. Deny him, or swear him, else we are all undone.
Pardon, sweet father. Lives my sweet son?
Pardon, dear father.
How hast thou offended? Where is Lucentio?
Here's Lucentio, right son to the right Vincentio, that have by marriage made that thy daughter mine, while Huckleberry supposes bird thine eye.
Ha!
Here's packing with a witness to deceive us all.
Where's that damn villain Tranio that faced and braved me in this matter, sir?
Why, tell me, is not this my Cambio?
Cambio is changed into Lucentio!
The youngest loved me in exchange my estate with Tranio, while he did bear my competences in the town. And happily I have arrived at the last unto the wish even of my bliss. What Tranio did myself enforced him to. So pardon him, sweet father, for my sake.
I'll slit the villain's nose that will send you to the jail.
What do you hear, sir? Have you married my daughter without asking my good will?
Fear not, Baptista. We will content you. But go to. I'll aim to be revenged for this villainy.
And I to sound the depth of this knavery.
Look not, pale Bianca. Thy father will not frown.
My cake is dough, but I'll let along the rest. I'd have hoped for all but my share of the feast.
Husband, let's follow to see the end of this dude.
Well, first, kiss me, Kate. And then we will.
What, in the midst of the street?
What? Art thou ashamed of me?
No, sir, God forbid, but ashamed to kiss.
Well, come then. Let's home again. Come, let's away.
Nay, I will give thee a kiss.
Oh!
Now I pray thee, love, stay.
Was that not well? Come, my Kate, better once than never, for never too late.
Brother Petruchio, sister Katharina, and thou Hortensio with thy loving widow. Feast with the best and welcome to my house. My banquet is to close our stomachs up after our great good cheer. Pray, sit down, for now we sit to chat as well as eat.
Nothing but sit, and eat, and eat.
Who by affords this kindness, son Petruchio?
Whom by affords nothing but what is kind.
For both our sakes, would that word be true?
Now by the world, methinks Hortensio fears his widow.
Then never trust me if I be afeard.
You are sensible, yet you miss my sense. I mean, Hortensio is afeard of you.
He that is giddy thinks the world turns round.
Roundly reply.
Mistress, how mean you that?
Thus I conceived by him.
Conceived by me. How likes Hortensio that?
My widow says, thus she conceives her tale.
Well mended. Kiss him for that good window.
He that is giddy thinks the world turns round. I pray you, tell me what you meant by that.
Your husband, being troubled with a shrew, measures my husband's sorrow by his woe. And now you know my meaning.
A very mean meaning.
Right, I mean you.
Hi, you mean indeed, respecting you.
To her, Kate!
To her widow!
100 rupees, my Kate, has put her down.
That's mine.
Spoken like a true officer. To thee, lad.
How likes Cornelio these quick-witted folks?
Believe me, lady, they butt together well.
Head and butt. And hasty-witted body would say your head and butt were head and horn.
Aye, hath that awakened thee, Mistress Bride?
I would not frighten me. Therefore I'll sleep again.
Nay, now that thou hast begun, have a thee for a bitter jest or two.
Am I your bird? Do I mean to shift my bush and then pursue me as you draw your bow? You are welcome all.
Ah, she hath evaded me, Tranio, this bird you shot at and did not hit. Therefore, a toast to all that shot and missed.
Oh, sir, Lucentio slipped me like his greyhound, which runs himself but catches for his master.
A swift simile, but something currish.
'Tis well that you hunted for yourself. 'Tis thought your dear love pulled you out of bed.
Oh, Petruchio, Tranio hits you now.
I didn't think of that good Tranio. Nothing not to do here.
I have called me a little, I confess. But as the glance did jest off me, 'tis 10 to 1 it made you two out white.
Thou, in good sadness, son Petruchio, I think thou hast the veriest true of all.
I say no. And for assurance, let each man call unto his wife, and she who is most obedient and comes at first call, shall win the wager which we will propose.
Content. What's the wager?
20 crowns.
20 crowns! Well, I'll venture so much upon my hawk or hound, but 20 times so much upon my wife.
100 then. Good turn.
A match, 'tis done.
Who shall begin?
That will I. Go, Biandella. Bid my mistress come to me.
I go. Son, I'll be your half Bianca, come.
I'll have no halves. I'll bear it all myself. How now? What news?
Sir, my mistress sends you word that she's busy and she cannot come.
What? She's busy and cannot come. How's that in it?
Biandella, go and entreat my wife and tell her to come to me forthwith.
Oh, entreat her. Nay, then she must needs come.
Yours will not be entreated. Biandella, where's my wife?
She says you have some goodly jest in hand, and she will not come. She bids you come to her.
Worse and worse, she will not come. Go, Sir Romeo, and command my Kate come to me.
I know her answer.
What?
She will not.
The fouler fortune mine, and there to an end.
And now, by my holiday, here comes Katharina.
What is your will, sir, that you sent for me?
Where is your sister and Hortensio's wife?
They sit conferring by the parlor fire.
Go, bring me them hither straight unto their husbands, and if they do not come, swinge me to them soundly. Away now, and bring them hither.
Here is a wonder. You talk of a wonder.
I wonder what it bodes.
Marry peace it bodes, an awful rule, a quiet life, and right supremacy. But what's not good that is sweet and happy.
Now fair befall thee, good Patricio. The wager thou hast won, and I will add unto their losses 20,000 crowns. Another dowry to another daughter, for she is changed as she had never been.
A wager I will better win yet, as you shall see her obedience, her new-built virtue and obedience. And here she comes, and brings your froward wives captive to a womanly persuasion.
Lord, but he never have cast aside till he brought to such a silly pass.
Fie, what foolish. Duty call you this?
I would your duty were as foolish too. The wisdom of your duty, fair Bianca, hath cost me 100 crowns since supper time.
The more fool you for laying on my duty.
Go, Kate, and tell these froward wives what duty they do owe their lords and husbands.
Come, come, you're mocking.
But
We will have no telling.
I say we will, and first begin with her.
She shall not.
I say she shall, and first begin with her.
Fie, fie. Unknit that threatening, unkind brow, and dart not scornful glances from those eyes to whom thy lord, thy king, thy governor. If lost thy beauty is frost you but beneath, confounds thy fame as whirlwind shake fair buds, and in no sense is meet or amiable. A woman moved is like a fountain troubled, muddy, ill-seeming, thick, bereft of beauty. And while it is so, none so dry or thirsty will deign to sip or touch one drop of it. Thy husband is thy lord, thy life, thy keeper, thy head, thy sovereign, one that cares for thee, and for thy maintenance commits his body to painful labors, both by sea and land, to watch the night in storms, the day in cold, whilst thou liest warm at home, secure and safe, and craves no other tribute at thy hand but love, fair looks, and true obedience. Too little payment for so great a debt. Such duty as the subject owes the prince, even such a woman oweth to her husband. And when she is froward, peevish, sullen, sour, and not obedient to his honest will, what is she but a foul contending rebel and graceless traitor to her loving lord? I am ashamed that women are so simple to offer war when they should kneel for peace, and seek for rule, supremacy, and sway when they are bound to serve, love, and obey. Why are our bodies soft and weak and smooth, unapt to toil and trouble in the world, but that our soft conditions and our hearts should well agree with our external parts? Come, come, you froward, unable worms. My mind hath been as big as one of yours, my heart is great, my reason haply more, to bandy word for word and frown for frown. But now, as your lances are but straws, our strength is weak, our weakness past repair. And sad seeming to be, which we indeed these are. Then veil your stomachs, for it is no good, and place your hand below your husband's foot, in token of which duty, if he please, my hand is ready made to him ease.
Ah, there's a wench. Come and kiss me, Kate.
Well, go thy ways, old lad, thou shalt have.
'Tis a good hearing when children are poor.
But a harsh hearing when women are froward.
Come, King, let's to bed. We be our merry, but you to our sped. 'Twas I that won the wager, though you did the wise. And being the winner, God give you good night.
Go thy ways. Thou hast tamed and cursed, Shrew.
'Tis a wonder by your leave she will be tamed so.
Well played, Bartholomew, well played. The cake we've extracted from the trickery of us two. And now, cake, he delivers to you.
Now that the darksome night is overpast and dawning day appears in crystal sky, now must I hasten on. Who is this? What sly? No wonder as hath he lain here all night. I will wake him. I think he's starved by this, but that his belly is so stuffed with ale. What house, sly? Wait for shame.
Oh, Sim Gibson. More wine! What? Player's God? Am I not a lord?
O Lord of the Marine, come, art thou drunken still?
Who's this? Marianne. Oh, Lady Sarah, who I've had tonight. The bravest dream that ever thou hadst in all thy life.
I'm merry, but you had best get you over. I will curse you for dreaming here tonight.
Will she? I now know how to tame a shrew.
does have to come to the front. amazing show and our slipping GPAs. Another round of applause.